Behold a swamp chicken, its rare beauty. The flooding waters nearby must have caused it to leave its burrow. Swamp chickens are extremely rare in these parts. While they love the dense environment of the swamp, eating bugs, I'm sure it is now trapped due to the constant flowing and height of the river. While it may normally be able to cross over here and go to a drier path across the river, now that it is deeper and nearly 1 foot deep, it may cause it to drown. This swamp chicken appears to be alone. Perhaps its mate is missing. Perhaps it's going home to its mate. Or perhaps its mate has died. A rare sighting indeed, however. Let us continue our messages. If we are to leave this creature here, what shall happen to it? I suppose we shall never know. Its rare beauty is something that people mistake. It appears to be severely interested in our cameraman Jones here. Why, look. Let us get an up-close look at the face. This swamp chicken appears to be very wise, an old chicken indeed. We shall now leave it, however, for we must continue on our journey through the swamp and across the trail blazing. Goodbye, my fellow friend. It was lovely to meet you, but we must now continue. The swamp is nearly too deep to cross here. Perhaps we shall use these knots in the river to cross. Swamp chickens that we have just seen, like the one we have just seen, are some of the rarest birds in the world. Like most terrestrial bird species, not fond of water, but they do know that near water, bugs exist. Swamp chickens usually stay next to a branch in a swamp. However, they always maintain their distance from the water itself. If we travel through these, this is the average grounds where a swamp chicken may have been. But just 2 hours ago, water solidified up on this bark here, decimating any populations. It has just dried and it is now walking. However, the ground is very soggy and wet. It's amazing that anything is still alive. However, what we are going to see is a pond, a very rare pond. This pond is in the middle of the forest. Perhaps it holds something we do not know of. Perhaps it does not. If you look on the other side of the pond, you may see a small prairie. This prairie is most likely where swamp chickens would exist in the world. However, prairies like this are hard to find. We do know of one more across through this swamp once again, and perhaps we shall go see more swamp chickens. There was a sighting 1 day ago of a group of 3 swamp chickens. One which had a gold, one that had black and white stripes on it, and one that was solid grey. Perfect colours for blending in with this greenery. They may have been forced to flee to higher ground since the monsoon season has just started. We will pray and hope, however, that we will find these swamp chickens and make history as the first BBC News reporters in the world. The British Broadcasting Company is actually BBC, I think, not BCC. Anywho, let us continue on our journey. Oh look! The swamp chicken still resides where we left it last time. Normally, it would be humane and in provision to bring this swamp chicken with us to save it from this flood. Perhaps reuniting it with the other 3 that may be in the prairie that we are going to. Perhaps not, however, because as we do know, messing with wildlife can cause just as much harm as leaving wildlife. Look how deep this river flows. She would surely be swept away in this freak. Who knows, however? Let us collect her. Would you like to come with us, Swamp Chicken? Perhaps we can help you. I have decided to bring the Swamp Chicken with us and release it onto the prairie that it appears we are approaching. The ferns here are fully thriving due to the high intensity of water, and that they're normally beside water. I'm sure burying themselves is a real commodity here. We've made it to a small ground where a tree stands. It appears that these blueberry bushes will hoist as a good home for her. Look, a house. This home must be a small area. And what is that in the field? I believe it might be a swamp chicken. Oh my goodness. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? It appears to be swamp chickens next to a raspberry bush. Let us continue on our journey.